Hello and welcome. I'm Alan Jansson from Acupuncture Gold Coast and Acupuncture Brisbane. I'll just take a couple of minutes of your time to talk to you about my experience as a practitioner in the treatment of some very difficult conditions for Western medicine to provide any remedy for. The first of those conditions I'd like to talk to you about is Ross River fever. This is a deleterious disease. There's no other word for it. It's no fun. The headaches, the sweating, the aches in the bones, the aches in the muscles, the overwhelming lethargy experienced by people suffering from this particular disease, Ross River fever, very, very unpleasant. To my knowledge, there's very little relief that Western medicine can provide for this condition. In my experience, especially over the last 18 years, I have found that traditional Japanese acupuncture, utilising extremely light techniques, the heavier techniques of acupuncture, in my experience, do not work very effectively for this condition, but using incredibly light techniques is extraordinarily powerful in helping to relieve some of the dramatic symptomology that sufferers of Ross River fever experience. The relief from the headaches and from the bone aches and the muscle aches, and the improvement in energy, or the relief from the overwhelming lethargy, has been quite marked in all of the patients that I've treated suffering from this particular syndrome. I get a great deal of satisfaction about working with people in this situation, primarily because there's very little else on offer to help people to overcome and rehabilitate from Ross River fever. It hits hard and it hits quickly. And the beautiful thing about, or from my experience, the beautiful thing about the practice of traditional acupuncture in response to people suffering from Ross River fever is the immediacy and the spontaneity of the results. Often people come in with a blinding headache, and it gives me an enormous amount of satisfaction to be able to provide them with instant relief from the headaches, relief from the bone aches, the muscle aches, and over a period of a few treatments to start to rebuild their fundamental energies so they can actually put their life back together again. Long-term sufferers of Ross River fever, this is not a good situation, and the longer a person, in my experience, the longer the patient suffers from the symptomology of Ross River fever, then the longer it takes to resolve. So the more acute the condition, in my experience, the more spontaneous the remission we can achieve with the practice of traditional Japanese acupuncture. And I reiterate again, the techniques we use are extremely light and extremely gentle and totally pain-free when we're treating this condition. I hope this little video has given you some insights into my perspective on the treatment of Ross River fever. This is Alan from Acupuncture Gold Coast and Acupuncture Brisbane saying thank you very much for taking the time to watch this little video.